Hello everyone, it's Melody from Bake a Leg and Let's Dig In. I wanted to quick turn on the camera because I am going to be making a recipe that my mother-in-law got me started on, which is escarole, pepperoni, white beans. It's something I haven't made in a while, and I thought, why not turn the camera on and we'll make it together. So let me show you what's going on. All I'm doing currently at the moment is just boiling, and we'll be back, boiling the escarole. I washed it thoroughly, and I actually washed it like 3 times. Let me see if I can maybe back a little bit more. So you basically, this is how I make this recipe. This is a good old family recipe. This was 2 heads of escarole, washed 3 times, picked off any bad spots or whatever. Didn't chop it or anything, if you can see that. And I just put it in the water to boil it for about 5 or 10 minutes. Sorry, I am still under the weather. So what you want to do next is you want to take the escarole and you want to drain it. Get it all out of the pot. We're going to use the same pot, believe it or not. Let me move this because I made some candied walnuts for my salad. A friend of mine works for a trucking company, and he dropped me off bags and bags of salad because it, couldn't be used any longer. So I'm just going to drain the escarole. We're going to let that sit and continue draining. And then now, let me move this out of your way so you can see. In this pot, hold on. Let me lower you guys just a little bit so you can see a little bit better without me messing it up. Don't mind my hand again, guys. Sorry about that. These are on my phone on the tripod. I'm just trying to get you at the pot, which is right there. Okay. This is the pot that I boiled the escarole in for 5 to 10 minutes. It's now draining in the sink, and we're going to go to the next step. So let's get a plexi cutting board. I've had these for so long. These are like Emerald Lagasse. They fold in. Okay. You need that. Let me get 2 big onions, or close to it. So we're going to need 2 onions. And if I keep clearing my throat, I'm sorry, guys. That's why. And then, I don't know if anybody else does this. When they had the garlic on sale at Aldi's, I froze a whole bag and it's easier just to slice. So I am going to be using some frozen garlic. But in the meantime, let me get my favorite knife. Hold on. For some reason it was stuck. This is Cuisinart. They're multicolors. I got them at Home Depot around the holidays. Probably like a month before the holidays, at the beginning of December of last year. So you want to peel your onions. Pan's still pretty hot, so I didn't turn it back on yet. But I'm sure you all know how to peel an onion. I'm just going to throw it in the sink because I have a garbage disposal. And I always like to give my onions a little rinse in case it has that skin on it. So that is 1 onion done. And now let's cut chop the next onion. This is like a quick little Italian dish. There's not a whole lot to it. I wasn't fully prepared when I decided to turn on the camera. Normally I would have like the northern beans out, you know, all my ingredients out, but when I started boiling it, I decided to show you how I make this. So I'm just going to cut the onions in half, and I'm going to cut them in half again. That's it. I'm just cutting the 2 onions in half like that. And then you can either chop them all by hand, or if you have a little mini chopper like I do, which I know in one of my videos I was shaking the camera, but I am going to use my Cuisinart chopper to chop my onions just to save a little time. I want to make sure. Okay. And you just put your onion in there, or underneath of it. Can you see that? And then you just start chopping it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Sorry about the noise. And it'll probably start making me cry, of course. A little noisy because I am doing it on my glass top, which people are going to have a heart attack and be like, oh my God, you're going to break your glass top. But I will try to be as careful as possible. Usually I don't stick my whole onion underneath of there, and this time I did, so I got a little stuck. Just unclose it, which is pretty easy to do. You basically just want to chop your onion fine. Not super fine, but not big, humongous chunks. I'm kind of just taking the easy way out this time with the onions, instead of chopping them all. Using this chopper sometimes does prevent you from crying. I guess it all depends on the onions. These are a little bit hotter, so I'm going to try to move through these as fast as possible. They don't have to be super fine, but let me move this on the counter. Sorry for the racket, guys. Just want to get through the onions. They won't be as noisy. Almost there. Another half or 2 of onions to do. These are Spanish onions. That's what I'm using. Okay, now just look them over and make sure you don't have any big gigantic pieces, but you get the gist. We're going to bring the pot. I wonder if you could see better if it's over here. Even though this is my fast burner. Yeah, let's use this one. Okay. All the onions are chopped. Just going to bend it. Push all of our onions into the pot. As many as you can do. Ooh, spicy. That one got me good because now my eyes are watering. Some people say put on cold water and it stops it. I'm just rinsing off my mat. Okay. Onions are in. We're going to start sweating them. Look at my eyes. That fast from doing some onions. Let me show you. Here are the onions in the pot, medium low, and we're going to start cooking them until they are translucent. And let me put you back right there a second, because now I have to get out. So I have the garlic out. We're going to do 4 cloves of garlic. Sometimes if you don't blow through a lot of garlic like that, use like 4 or 5 depending on the size. Kind of is a little easier when you freeze them because you can chop them and they'll cook down. So I'm just chopping up actually 5 cloves of garlic. It don't have to be super tiny. So yeah, this is Escarole and Pepperoni, Italian dish that my son's grandmom, my mother-in-law, who's up in heaven now, taught me how to make. And there's not much to it, and it's really tasty. So I'm just going to put the garlic right in. Okay. Garlic's in. Rinse my hands. Put my pot holders back. I did a video earlier today that is on a more serious note. So yeah, I just threw this shirt over top of what I wore earlier to do the video. And like I said, this was a spontaneous video to turn on and show you guys how I make this. Find any like humongous chunks like that, just dispose of it. You don't want them not obnoxiously big, but I guess you could break them down. And now we're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. That was like probably 2 tablespoons of olive oil because that came out pretty quickly. Coat the bottom of the pot. Roll your onions down to the bottom and start sweating the onions without burning your garlic. Like I said, if you see any big chunks of onion, if you just try to take a shortcut like I did, just smash them up. Smash them down. Unless it's like a piece like that. And we're just going to dispose of it. Okay, so I'm going to turn that down some. And I am going to get out. This was a big stick of pepperoni, but my friend took a whole big chunk of it. So share the love, right? This was a humongous stick. Now look at it. But this is how I buy the pepperoni for this. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt because you have to get the paper off of it. It's on the inside. It's like a casing wrapper that they put. I'm going to cut the paper on the outside off to the best of my ability. Sometimes you can get the casing. I'm still trying to get it out of the wrapper. Guess I didn't cut it good enough. And I think I'm going to switch cutting boards because my hands are starting to slip all over. I don't want that to happen with pepperoni. So we are going to cut the outside paper off. Just like that. Try to get the paper off first. I like this better than using the slice like Hormel. This is the casing I'm talking about. That you have to put a slice in. You're just going to have to work with it so you can get it all peeled off. Sometimes you can get a full sheet and just pull. You can always wash your hands. It's a little greasy, you know how pepperoni is. Do your best to get this off. I think it's the only thing I dread about making this is the paper. Stir the onions and the garlic, which are looking great. I will show you what that looks like momentarily. I'm focusing on just getting the casing off of this pepperoni. Which sometimes you could put a slice right through it. Other times it'll come off in one sheet. Other times it won't, and it'll just keep ripping like this. So this is probably the most tedious thing to this entire recipe, honestly. Almost. I didn't put any salt or pepper in the onions and garlic yet. Just boiled the escarole, 2 onions, 5 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and just keeping an eye on that. That's why I am almost at the end of this stick of pepperoni with this paper. Thank God. Like I said, it's a little tedious, but what are you going to do? If anybody knows a better way of getting this paper off, that would be fantastic if you can leave that down in the comments below. There we go. It's all off, finally. Yay! I'm going to give my hands a quick washing. Pepperoni could be a little greasy. Check my onions, which are looking good. The garlic is not burning. You don't want to burn your garlic. And you'd be starting over because that tastes terrible. If you burn your garlic, that's not a good taste. And now, a couple more minutes on the onions, and then we are going to put the escarole in the pot. In the meantime, I usually use tomato paste, but I'm not sure if I have any left over, and it's a can of northern beans. I'm not going to use that whole can, obviously. Let me check to see if I have tomato paste. So if you do it by the tomato paste, it's going to be 2 tablespoons. I thought I had some, but I didn't finish. Let me just double check real quick. But it doesn't matter. You can use tomato paste or you can use a little bit of sauce because it's not going to really require a lot. So if you have an open jar even, like a mushroom, you can use that. You can use a marinara or 2 heaping tablespoons of the tomato paste. You know, I don't want it to be extremely saucy. You'll say why. So now, this is the escarole. Some people like to rip it. You can just take your hands, rip it, and throw it in if they're like really big pieces. Squeeze out any excess water. Usually I don't rip it. And then sometimes I do. They'll still end up being pretty decent sized pieces. I just wanted to make sure that I got the extra water out. see that? I'm just ripping up the escarole and putting it right in with the onions and the garlic. And the reason why I recommend 2 heads is because it's sort of like spinach. I mean, you will get more of this than you would spinach, but you know, you want a good decent amount. 2 onions to 2 full heads of escarole. It doesn't disintegrate as much or cook down as much as spinach does, but I always use 2 heads of escarole, no matter what size that they are. A little bit left in the strainer, and we're just gonna throw it in there. Okay, that's done. Let me show you. Just the escaroles with the onion and the garlic, and we're just gonna start sauteing that. So let me move you right to there. I'm just gonna give this a good stir. Start mixing the onions in with the escarole. This will take about 5-10 minutes to start getting the escarole. If there was any liquid left in it, it should start cooking out. I'm going to turn it up just a smidge. And then we're going to salt and pepper it right now. I have to make some more salt. Don't go too heavy on the salt. It's about a teaspoon and a half of salt. Teaspoon and a half of pepper. That's the rest of my pepper. You don't want to go too heavy on the salt because we are going to put some Parmesan or Reggiano cheese in this. And this is what it's looking like. So I got the lighting. Just me chopping it. I'll bring you a little bit closer. And we're just going to let that cook. There is the escarole, the garlic, the onions, all cooking together. And now what we're going to work on is, let me see if I can spread this open a little bit, is the pepperoni. You don't want really thick slices. I'll show you some of the slices when I start cutting some, because that was obviously broke off not even when my friend took some pepperoni. Just start slicing your pepperoni. Slices. Not that thick because you're going to end up cutting that in half. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I don't know if I can lower you a little bit more. Well, I guess that's about it. It's all it wants to lower. But that's all that I'm doing is just slicing the pepperoni. The escarole and the onions are still cooking. Now you want a decent amount of pepperoni in here. You want the ratio to be kind of even. I'm so used to making this just freehand. I would say maybe a cup and a half. So this stacks. I'm going to stack it up and I'm going to go right through the middle of the pepperoni so that you get a bunch of halves. Separate your halves. You want to start throwing them in. I'll be able to tell how much pepperoni I just sliced. If I need to slice more, I will. But you want to make sure everybody gets a bite of pepperoni and pepper now throughout the whole dish. So I still have some more here. I'm going to stack it. Slice right through it. And we'll cut a few more pieces. If you want to add 2 cups, add 2 cups. I will show you how much pepperoni I have left from the stick that you saw in the beginning, and how much I cut and used. I think that might be a decent amount. We're going to give it a stir and see. Honestly think I could use a couple more pieces. So yeah, it's definitely going to be about 2 cups. Even Steven. So they buy the pepperoni this way. I mean, you could measure it after you cut the slices, then cut the slices in half. But I'm just eyeballing it. I used to make this for years. More pepperoni, the better. I want every bite to have pepperoni in it. Let me show you. This is how much pepperoni I have left out of that stick you saw. And let me bring you over so you can see the amount of pepperoni, the escarole and the onions. So that looks about good to me. Now, I want to give it a good healthy stir. So this, we just call this escarole with white beans. Well, Italian escarole. With pepperoni and white beans, super simple, super quick meal. I'm not going to use that entire can of beans. And also, I'm going to put you on pause for just a second while I plug in and drain and open up the can of beans because the can opener's loud. I'll be right back. Okay, can is open. You shouldn't have to listen to that racket. Ugh. I'm still battling something. It just seems like it's taken forever. So this is just a can. You can use the fresh ones. Just soak them the night before. And I would honestly say this is going to be about 2 cups that are going to go in. So, let me throw that out. Rinse my hands. Put that steiner light on so you have more light to see in. Keep getting a tickle in my throat. I have to cough inside my elbow with everything that's going on in today's world. But that's a big thing with everything that's going on, is to get your greens in. Try to keep yourself as healthy as possible. Now, I'm not going to measure 2 cups. I'm just going to eyeball my northern beans and be able to tell what's enough as soon as I mix it in. That looks like plenty. Oops, we got flyaway beans. And there's protein in your beans and looking amazing. Okay, let me show you what this looks like with the northern beans added to it. You don't want to do too many beans. You want this all to be an equal amount. I'm trying to do this one-handed. My pot likes to spin when I do that. And now we're going to turn that up. Oops, let me put you that way. We're going to turn this up. We're we're going to add just a little bit of parsley that I dehydrated. Just a little bit. Parsley. A tiny little pinch, and I mean tiny pinch, of red pepper flakes. Not even 1/4 of a teaspoon. We're going to go in with a little extra garlic powder, 1 teaspoon, and some onion powder, 1 teaspoon as well. And the powdered kind, so. And then now, I'm going to put these back. I'm going to do a pinch of basil. Just like 1/4 teaspoon of the basil, or you can use a teaspoon. And same with oregano. Oregano, I'm not going to do that much. It literally is 1/4 a teaspoon of oregano. That is it. I am cooking it up, all in one. Super easy dish to make. You want to get that pepperoni cooking. I would put the exhaust on, but then you guys won't be able to hear. And this is what it is. It's like so dark right there. Let's see if I can put you over here. And you could see, that's me, wrong way. Trying not to fog these out. And you want to let that sear for just a couple minutes. And then, I'm not going to waste this little bit of sauce that's in here. It literally is a little bit. I'm going to mix it in. You don't want it to be too saucy. Give it a good stir in. Just to give it a little tomato flavor. And spread your escarole throughout. This is like a stick to your ribs. It's not supposed to be thin type of dish. This is get a bowl and a fork. I'm going to take that off the heat, move it over. I have some Parmesan Reggiano that it was already grated. I'm going to dish it out so that you can see it a little bit better. I think I'm going to put mine in a bowl. Get a better spoon. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. Look at that goodness. Escarole, white northern beans, pepperoni. Oh, amazing. And literally, it's that easy. And then you want to take some Parmesan Reggiano, it's got to be the real stuff, and sprinkle it right on the top, all over. Give it a minute to melt. And there it is. This is, I don't know about the lighting. Let's look at the dining room table. There it is. Escarole. Escarole, white northern beans, pepperoni, onions, garlic, some Parmesan Reggiano. I feel like my hand's shaking. I don't know why. And it literally was that simple to make. And a little bit of sauce, not much. It's a decent amount. Hold on, let me show you. Gotta line you up. Decent amount still left in the pot. So it is a super quick, easy meal for a quick dinner for your family. Like I said, it's been in my family for years, and I look super white. Must be the lighting. Sorry, guys. But yeah, super easy. My mother-in-law used to make it. I love it. The boys always liked it. So that took probably about 5 minutes, more time to move the camera around. Sorry if the lighting wasn't that great in here. But yeah, give it a try. I'll leave the recipe down below in the description box. Please subscribe, smash the like button, and gotta give this a try. It's so easy. Escarole, white northern beans, tomato paste, it would be 2 tablespoons, or a little bit of sauce, 2 onions, 5 garlic cloves, what else? Northern beans, of course the escarole, salt and pepper, the seasonings I've already showed you, but I will put the recipe down below. You can't beat this. It's very good. The escarole has a lot of vitamins in it to try to help you feel better because I've been fighting something for 2.5 weeks. So there you have it. I am getting ready to eat. Oh, bad at aiming this thing. Right there. All the cheese is starting to melt. There you go, guys. Thank you for joining me on this quick video. And I will see you. Oh, smash the like button, subscribe. And if you ever had this before, please let me know. And tell me what you think about it. It's amazing. It's been on our family for years. So just like I said, wanted to quickly turn the camera on and share what I'm having for dinner tonight, which is an amazing quick little supper for you and your family. Subscribe, smash the like button, and I hope you enjoy this. If you give it a try, leave me a comment down below. I will leave the recipe down below, and I bless you. Stay safe out there, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye guys.